And here we are before the very important main event, and it could be huge preparation for both of these gentlemen. And don't forget, we have here two separate #1 contenders for two separate world titles squaring off, because Sascha is not just one of the tag team champions. He's not just the interim general manager of both NXT and NXT UK, but he's also, more importantly, the #1 contender for the NXT championship, which is in the evil clutches of the demon known as Death Demon Senior. So then, on the other hand, Roddy is a #1 contender for our world title for the precious NXT UK Championship, which is in the possession of the Masked Savior, the Masked Man. So this could be huge. This could be very, very interesting to see. And don't forget, it all started between the brothers and the Demon family 2 weeks ago on NXT, where the Demon, for still unclear reasons, Death Demon Jr., the North American champion, and his father, Death Demon Sr., the NXT champion, attacked the tag team champions, the brothers Sascha and Big Sash, for an ambush from behind. We still know why they decided to do that, but it doesn't matter to the brothers, and it doesn't matter to anybody. So, shockingly, 2 weeks ago, we had the surprising rebirth of NXT UK, where there were #1 contender matches for the NXT titles. Why? Because at the same week on NXT 2 weeks ago, we had our #1 contender matches for the NXT UK Women's Championship and for the NXT UK Championship, our only titles at that point. At this rebirth of NXT UK, Big Sash won a huge battle royal, crowning himself the new #1 contender for the North American Championship, which is in the possession of the half-demonic Death Demon Jr. And then we have, but his brother even topped that by winning another battle royal to become #1 contender for the NXT Championship, which is in the possession of course, Death Demon Senior. And at the same evening, the Demons, the father and son of the Demons, on the other hand, got the opportunity to themselves win even more gold by becoming #1 contender for the brothers tag titles by outlasting Mustache Mountain and the New Day, and even destroying both teams in this matchup for most of the part. Then last week on NXT, the Demons attacked their previous takeover their takeover opponents, when Death Demon Senior, the NXT champion, ambushed his #1 contender and challenger Sascha in the backstage area from behind, which a vicious assault, but it backfired on the Demon because Sascha fought through and he even scared the Demon off with his fighting spirit. And not just that, he also got the biggest upset in NXT history when he defeated none other than the half-demonic Death Demon Jr., who's also the North American champion, in a very tough contest. And don't forget, to this point, the North American champion, the half-demonic Death Demon Jr., only lost once, and it was the biggest upset until this week, I think. And maybe the biggest upset, one of the biggest upset, not just in NXT history, but also in the WWE history as well, because no one expected Sascha to, with his fighting spirit, defeated a half-demonic creature, and that was a huge accomplishment for him. And also huge was that his brother Big Sash outlasted Death Demon Jr. in Death Demon Jr.'s attempt to ambush his takeover opponent Big Sash, but it failed on him. Big Sash hit Jr. in the backstage area with a tombstone after outlasting the attacks from the cowardly attacks from the son of the NXT champion. And then we had the champion versus champion main event, Big Sash versus Death Demon Senior. And Death Demon Senior couldn't defeat Big Sash. Big Sash couldn't defeat the Demon, but the Demon smashed Big Sash in the head with a vicious chair shot right in the eyes of the official. So Big Sash walked away with a win, but on what cost? Because the Demon injured Big Sash, and it's still unclear if Big Sash can make it to next week's Sunday takeover event, where not just the brothers are scheduled to defend their tag titles against the father and son of the Demon, of those evil and demonic family, but also he get his shot at the North American Championship, and well, he wouldn't like to miss that out on. Also, last week on NXT UK, it was scheduled for Sascha to fight Roddy, but well, the Demon had other ideas. Appeared in the ring some way with his demonic powers and jumped Sascha, but it would have backfired on the Demon yet again, because Sascha fight back with everything he got, and if it wasn't for Kyle O'Reilly, Sascha would get the better in this altercation as well. I'm pretty sure on that, but Kyle O'Reilly did get involved, tossed Sascha into the barrier and allowing the Demon to toss Sascha in the back first against the barricade, and Sascha still felt the effect on that. We saw him competing this past week on NXT against Kyle O'Reilly with huge back issues, but it didn't. It was no problem for Sascha, as he gave everything he had with this fighting spirit of his, this fighting attitude from him, and against Kyle O'Reilly. And Kyle O'Reilly was a very game opponent. At some points, Kyle O'Reilly could have won the match, and but Sascha did everything in his power to walk away with the win. And despite the distraction from Demon Jr. with his Demon Senior, Demon Senior with his entrance music, but it had no effect on Sascha, because Sascha too focused, too smart for the Demon, and walked away with another win this past week on NXT over Kyle O'Reilly. And well, in the main event this past week on NXT, we had the Demon against his toughest opponent in the Big Red Monster. The legendary Kane returned to NXT, and well, he put up a good fight against the Demon, but in the end, even Kane was not powerful enough to fight the Demon, because Kane might be a monster and all, but he's still human. So yeah, and that is what Demon Cena isn't. There's no humanity in him, and he's an evil creature, evil supernatural creature, and he walked away with a win. And after the match, Demon tried to injure Kane, but Sascha came for the save, came for the rescue of Kane. That's weird sentence to say, but he still did so. And but there was security, and and there was no fight between Sascha or Demon Cena this past week on NXT because of the security getting involved and avoiding any problems between Sascha and this demonic evil creature. But Kane could, but luckily it all stopped there from getting any worse for Kane. So we still don't know in which condition or mood Kane is, or if we ever see him on NXT or NXT UK ever again. But well, luckily the security also could prevent any more attacks from the Demon on Kane on that night. Also, let's talk about Roddy's story with Masked Man. Well, it all started when Roddy won a #1 contender battle royal for the NXT UK title 2 weeks ago on NXT, and well, at this later that evening, it was scheduled to have a rematch, a champion versus champ versus champ rematch from Survivor Series between Masked Man and Demon Jr., where the North American champion got himself disqualified on purpose against the Masked Savior, and the Masked Savior obviously didn't want to let this stand, despite the win, and Masked Man advancing at Survivor Series to challenge to have a huge match and a huge win at Survivor Series against both the Wars United States Champion Elias and SmackDown's Intercontinental Champion King Corbin. And the perhaps best match of the night, Masked Man stand tall and walked away with a win there. And well, instead of Masked Man fighting North American champion Demon Jr. that night, 2 weeks ago in NXT, Roddy jumped him, attacked him with a vicious steel chair. So Masked Man tried to fight back, and but Roddy got the better on that night, and it led to a match. It led to a match 2 weeks ago in the Rebirth of NXT UK between a no title preview champion versus challenger match in the main event, where it was Masked Man versus Roddy Strong, and Roddy put up a very strong performance in this matchup, pun intended, and even he got Brian Kendrick somehow convinced him to distract Maskman with his music, but it didn't matter in the end because the Masked Savior walked away with another huge win, and his undefeated streak still intact. He only lost one match in his singles matches, and that was were countered because of Pete Dunne. But he's still never been Masked Man, never been pinned or submitted, and is also continued last week on NXT UK, where he yet again had a huge match, this time with D-Brian Kendrick, even got assaulted by D-Brian Kendrick. D-Brian Kendrick did everything in his power to get added to the match between Roddy Strong and Masked Man for this for our precious world title, but he couldn't defeat the Masked Man, which means that D-Brian Kendrick, unfortunately for him, blew his shot at the title by losing to Masked Man by tapping out on the sharpshooter, despite Roddy's distraction on the Masked Champion. And first I didn't know why Roddy would do that, but then it all makes sense, because if it would have been a triple threat match, Roddy didn't need to defeat Masked Man. He could pin D-Brian Kendrick, because champions don't need to get involved in the pinning in the ending of the match in triple threat match. So yeah, it would have been smart, but it didn't work out like Roddy hoped. And also let's chat about the history between Sascha and Roddy. Don't forget, over half months ago, Sascha was so excited to have his leave his first mark on NXT after getting signed, and one dream of his coming true. And well, he was ready for his first match on NXT, but Roddy had others idea, jumps for still unknown reason, jumps Sascha. Maybe he got jealous about the attention that Sascha got, but we still don't know. But Roddy jumped Sascha, and Sascha couldn't compete on that night, but it leads Sascha furious in the next couple of weeks. Issues opening challenges to Roddy Strong and in Extreme Rules matches, but it all didn't get answered by Roddy. It got answered by the likes of Cameron Grimes and Kyle O'Reilly, and Sascha walked away with wins despite Roddy trying everything in his power to prevent this from happening, to try to distract Sascha, try to attack Sascha, but it didn't work out. Sascha stand tall, defeated both Kyle O'Reilly and Cameron Grimes, and not just that, but on his first pay-per-view debut, on his first takeover debut, he walked up with a huge win over Roddy in an Extreme Rules match in Sascha's specialty, despite Imperium's Marcel Barthel getting involved. And well, that's all the history between Sascha and Roddy, but it still was a blood feud, and it could have gone even bad for worse. But now let's hop into this match, and maybe there's still some bad blood between those two, and there might be still some animosity between those two. And well, Sascha, of course, with his role model, his idol, Randy Orton's music, because if it wasn't for Orton, Sascha might never enjoyed wrestling at all. So yeah, there he is, one of the NXT Tag Team Champions.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Blood Brothers from Dresden, Germany, weighing in at 206 pounds, one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, the Outlaw.
But not just that, Sascha's a busy man. He's not just one of the NXT Tag Team Champions, and not just making history where him and Big Sash becoming 3-time NXT Tag Team Champions, and that's the record. And but not just that. And not just that, Sascha's also the interim general manager of both NXT and NXT UK because of the NXT champion. Sascha's nemesis for the last couple of weeks, Desmond Senior, injured William Regal a couple of months ago, and well, because of that, Sascha became interim general manager because of the boards of directors, giving him this opportunity after Sascha proved himself a couple of months ago. Where it was GM for one night only, and well, Sascha's also the #1 contender for the NXT Championship. So, and Desmond Senior might have been having the toughest opponent yet, because don't forget, Sascha's undefeated in singles action himself. So yeah, not easy for anyone to defeat him. And Sascha shadow boxing as there comes Roddy Strong after the rivalry we had with Sascha. We haven't seen much of the Messiah of the Backbreaker, but then he became #1 contender with help of O'Reilly for Masked Man's title.
In at 200 pounds, Roderick Strong.
there's our #1 contender, but the crowd can't stand him one bit, and they're not in the forgetting mood for everything that Roddy did to our masked savior, to our champion, the Masked Man, last couple of weeks. And like already discussed it, and well, Roddy and Sascha, we already went to their history. And well, Roddy Strong, former tag team champion as part of the Undisputed Era, former cruiserweight champion, former North American champion. So only missing is the NXT UK championship and the NXT championship. So, but maybe it will happen, you know? Maybe he will defeat Masked Man somehow, some way next week Sunday, and same could be said about Sascha, but it's easier said than done. The odds are stacked against both of these gentlemen, and well, now we will see who walk away with the big win here tonight and getting even better preparation than ever before. The fans chanting NXT, the crowd is hyped, I am hyped. Everybody's hyped, so let's get into it. Sascha tried to hit him with a knee, but Roddy wisely blocking this with his fists. That's very, very smart of Roddy. And now Roddy could get the upper hand in the early gongs with this huge toss right there. As the crowd doesn't like any of it. As at first with Sascha to the ground, and now Roddy getting a submission early on Sascha with the camel clutch, but can he force him to tap out early? Would surprise the hell out of me. And no, Sascha staying in this match, hit him with a knee. No, he missed, and this could be a huge mistake which could lead to a downfall. Headed first in the corner goes Sascha. Roddy with huge barrage of strikes right there with the shoulder tackles, and now stomping the mud hole in Sascha. It doesn't look good for Sascha in the early going, but Sascha tried to fight back, hit him on the guts, tried to hit him with a knee, but Roddy yet again, smart as he is, avoiding it by running, getting out of the way just in time, hit him with a vicious headbutt. And now looking for the ripcord knee to the master of the knee, while Roddy's the master of the backbreaker. Now Roddy sending a message to his rival of the past, but look at this, punches right there with the Lutez, and stomp to the midsection as well as Roddy with aggressive punches for the second time in this bout here tonight. And now attacking the arm of Sascha. And serious damage indeed, especially after this knee drop right there, but let's see if Sascha can get back into this. Now Roddy with the punches right there. Sascha needs to get back in this fast, otherwise it could have been very tough for him as the punches from Roddy. Now Roddy slowly picking him up, and now look at this, Roddy looking up the shoulders. Oh my goodness, knee to the gut. Will it be enough to put Sascha away? No, what his other plans? He destroyed the count. He wants to send a message not just to Sascha but also more importantly to the NXT UK World Champion, to the Masked Man. But maybe it wasn't smart from Roddy getting hit with the knee, kick to the midsection. Sascha looking for the backstabber. Canadian Destroyer, and he delivers it. But what's this? It's music of the North American champion, of the son of Sascha's takeover opponent. It's Desmond Jr. who got beaten by Sascha 2 weeks ago in NXT, and obviously the Demon hadn't forgotten. But look at this, Roddy with the roll-up. Will it be enough? 1, 2, sweet as no, it's not. Sascha barely survives, and wow, now Desmond Jr. gets involved in his father business with Sascha here tonight, after Sascha defeated him last week on NXT. And look at Roddy, whipcord knee, he hits him with the knee, while Junior's still watching this matchup. But Sascha, look how Sascha goes, still focusing on the main focus on the target, gets Roddy in the corner right there. But look at Sascha picking Roddy up. What has he in mind? Whipping him around, fake out with whip, drop, toe hold right there. Picking Roddy up yet again as Sascha's beside himself, whipping Roddy to the apron, try to shoulder attack him off it, but Roddy avoiding it. Smart as Roddy is, but look at this inverted backbreaker coming after smashing knees to the back, and DDT for Roddy. The messiah of the backbreaker. Now look at Sascha turning the match around, tried to turn it around, standing for 50. Some people have trouble to connect with the 450 up the top rope, but Sascha do it just in a standing position. That's how great this man is. Look at this. Sascha is a highlight to watch. Second rope with a huge enziguri. We have never seen this move before, and Sascha elevates his moveset each and every matchup. After each and every match he goes in with new moves for the crowd. Now kick into the ground of Roddy. I don't know if we've seen this move before from Sascha. And Sascha also taking the arm of Roddy, and well, Sascha, like I said, every match he comes up with a huge move to surprise the audience and everybody watching at home as well. So that tackle, get Roddy off the apron as Sascha perhaps calling for a suicide dive. Paying tribute to his role model, to Randy Orton, as Sascha having a knee with the half demonic North American champion, as Sascha doesn't care about Demon Jr. staying around and doing no tag on him, but Sascha don't let any shenanigans happen on him yet again, whipping the half demonic son of a bitch into the barricade as Sascha, and for wishing next week he gets sick a count, but Roddy stopped the count for some reason to punch Sascha with a sheep shot. Oh come on Roddy, don't go that low, you son of a bitch. And now, oh my goodness, God, first goes Sascha against the gutter. It's painful. And another punches to the face yet again, busting Sascha open. I think a little knee drop to even further any more damage. Yeah, Sascha's busted open. Might need the medics, weapons at 6. Roddy lift him up, gut first to the ground as Roddy could look to a huge count out win, but Sascha keeping himself up, tried to hit Roddy with a knee but he missing. But not with the Meteora though, not with the Meteora. One knee for the Aftermonic's SOP as well. But the son of his takeover opponent hit Roddy with a knee as well, as Sascha is on fire, hit the knee of Glory out of nowhere, and it could he got all of it, could be with a huge win, goes in the cover, 1, 2, 3, will it be? No, Roddy kicks out, just barely. What a near fall though, what a near fall, it could have been it. And everyone's behind Sascha as they say, this was awesome, suicide dive to the North American champion, as Sascha
going for broke, and it pays off.
Hits him with a Meteora.
And he is now in a discouraging spot.
And he feels
this has to decrease
proud about himself. But
forward.
it could have been a huge mistake to feel too cocky about it as well. He brings him back into the action. But Sascha with another earth-shattering suicide dive there.
That was coming in hot at breakneck speed.
Going fast.
And it was great as Sascha. Roddy ducked the first entry but not the second. And how great is Sascha, despite being busted open, he aims at both Roddy and Demon Jr. here tonight. And he destroys both of them. He might have been superhuman himself by being a human. This is huge. Rushing leg sweep to Roddy into the barricade. As Sascha back inside the ring. What has he on his mind? Climb to the top rope. And he's aiming at Demon Jr. Says this one is for you. What a diving cross body. Now Demon, and now Whipcord, hit him with, try to hit Roddy with the knee, no, Roddy with the DDT, Roddy with a huge DDT, as Sascha shot block to Junior, tried to knee Roddy, but maybe his anger got the better of him there, so Roddy makes him pay with a backbreaker right there, as Sascha getting attacked by Demon Jr., but he just reverses it, tries to get Junior inside the ring, but Roddy avoiding it, Roddy punching it out, taking advantage of the distraction because of Demon Jr. and Junior celebrated, but there's Sascha with a vicious looking clothesline. We don't often see Sascha using a clothesline, but tonight is the night. But Roddy tried to get on board, but Sascha catching the legs of Roddy, but Roddy turning him around with a big takedown in this great main event. And we just only for a couple of minutes as Roddy tried to finish Sascha with the backbreaker. The Messiah strikes, but will it be enough to end Sascha's undefeated streak and seeing its action? Would be huge for our #1 contender, but I have troubles to drag Sascha away because of the exhaustion, because of the match. Goes for another cover, 1, 2, 3, another near fall, this time on Roddy's side. Who will walk away with a big win here tonight? That's a question. As now look at this, Roddy picking Sascha up, wants to hit him with another backbreaker, and he hits him ×2 and goes in the cover. Will it be the end of Sascha's undefeated streak? 1, 2, 3 it is. Roddy wins it. Sascha, despite all the fight that Sascha his anger got the better of him here tonight, was focusing mainly on both Roddy and Junior. That could have gone only good for that long, and there we saw the knee of Glory before Junior making his presence be known and costing Sascha the win. But it also, Sascha has to blame himself by, and a bit though, after getting hit with 2 backbreakers. I mean, he dropped the ball on the game. He was focusing on delivering punishment for both on both of these guys, but it cost him in the end, and his undefeated streak is ended by Roddy Strong, who celebrates with Death Demon Jr. Oh, come on. Two cowards found each other and they screwed Sasha here tonight, but well, you don't have to like it, you don't have to enjoy it, but it was, well, also Sasha focusing more on revenge. His hot head get the better of him, and it cost him here tonight. It cost him here tonight badly, but well, the demons might finally got inside Sasha's head, so, but we don't know about that, and it was the end of our episode here tonight. But we will get updates perhaps on this Demon versus Brother in the heated feud come next week's shows of NXT and NXT UK. And also don't forget, next week isn't just NXT and NXT UK, but it's also the big pay-per-view, the last stop for NXT and NXT UK before the Royal Rumble. It will be TakeOver World Tour in the United Kingdom, and after that the rosters will be drafted, and NXT get their roster, and we get some guys, and NXT UK gets their roster. We get our own roster finally, and well, we get some guys from we could even get some guys from Raw and SmackDown who failed on their shows, but also we will get some guys of NXT, but also we get some newcomers as well. So but we don't know who we get. That's also the interim general manager of both NXT and NXT UK, Sasha, doesn't know, because the boards of directors will draft for both shows, and well, let's see who we end up with, but also stay tuned for the next episodes, because there will be the banger as much as pay-per-view, I can promise you that. And what a bang of a show it was here tonight. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned guys, and have a good evening.